Sleep is the gateway to what you become. Neville Goddard. Every night you think you're just going to sleep, but what if I told you you're actually stepping onto a stage? Neville Goddard revealed a secret so powerful it can rewrite your tomorrow. By feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into sleep, you cast yourself in a star role to be played on Earth tomorrow. Think about that. Your final thoughts before sleep are not harmless. They're rehearsals. They're instructions to your subconscious, a script you'll wake up and perform the next day. The tragedy? Most people fall asleep rehearsing fear, failure, and worry, and then wonder why their life never changes. But stay until the end of this video, because today I'll show you how to fall asleep as the person you want to become, and wake up living the role of your dreams. You close your eyes at night thinking you're shutting down. You think sleep is a pause button, a retreat into nothingness, a break from the chaos of life. But Neville Goddard revealed something radically different. Every night, as you drift into sleep, you step onto a stage. And what you rehearse in that silent theater is what you will perform in your waking life tomorrow. This is why your life looks the same, day after day. Because you've been rehearsing the same script in your sleep. Ethan's endless cycle. Ethan is a man trapped in repetition. Every night, he collapses onto his bed, exhausted from work, his mind buzzing with bills unpaid, emails unanswered, and fears unspoken. He tosses and turns, whispering to himself, "What if I can't make rent? What if I lose my job? What if nothing ever changes?" Eventually, exhaustion drags him into unconsciousness, but his last thoughts, the script of fear, sink into his subconscious. And the next day, Ethan plays the role perfectly. He wakes up anxious. He walks through the office timid. He misses opportunities because his mind is clouded with doubt. It feels like fate, but it's not fate, it's rehearsal. Ethan rehearsed fear at night, and now he performs fear by day. Maya's silent sabotage. Maya dreams of love. She scrolls through social media in bed, staring at pictures of couples smiling, families embracing, engagements announced. Her chest aches. She whispers into the dark, "Why not me? What's wrong with me? Maybe I'll always be alone." Tears stain her pillow. Eventually, she drifts to sleep, not with joy but with despair. And when morning comes, she carries that script with her. She walks with insecurity. She withdraws from conversations. She sabotages connections before they begin. Her nights of lonely rehearsal become her days of lonely reality. The tragedy of sleep. Misused, Ethan and Maya are not unique. They are all of us. We go to bed rehearsing the worst parts of our lives. We replay arguments. We count our debts. We fear tomorrow's failures before tomorrow arrives. And in doing so, we tell our subconscious, "This is the role I accept. This is who I am." The subconscious doesn't argue. It doesn't say no. It simply obeys. And so the cycle repeats. Fear rehearsed, fear performed. Doubt rehearsed, doubt lived. Lack rehearsed, lack multiplied. The invisible problem. The invisible problem is this. Most people live unconscious of what they rehearse. They think sleep is neutral. But sleep is never neutral. Every night is either a prison or a portal. Either you rehearse your chains or you rehearse your freedom. Neville Goddard put it plainly. By feeling your wish fulfilled before sleep, you program your subconscious with the role you want to play. But by feeling lack, fear, or despair, you program the very chains that bind you. The loop of powerlessness. And here is the cruel irony. The more people suffer in their waking hours, the more they rehearse that suffering at night. Ethan is stressed at work. He brings stress to bed. Stress becomes the script. Maya is lonely by day. She brings loneliness to bed. Loneliness becomes the script. The night amplifies the day, and the day amplifies the night. and without knowing it, they live in a loop of powerlessness, rehearsing the very life they wish to escape. The mirror of the subconscious Neville taught that the subconscious mind is the mirror of our inner state. It does not invent, it reflects. What you impress upon it at night, it expresses by day. Think of it like a faithful actor. If you hand it a script of fear, it will perform fear flawlessly. If you hand it a script of love, it will perform love beautifully. The tragedy is not that the actor disobeys, it's that you've been giving it the wrong script. Why sleep matters more than you realize. Sleep is the bridge between conscious and subconscious. In the waking state, your conscious mind argues, doubts, questions. But as you drift into sleep, those defenses fall away. The subconscious opens like fertile soil. Whatever seed you plant in that fertile soil, fear or faith, doubt or fulfillment, takes root. And once planted, it grows into your lived reality. This is why Neville emphasized sleep, not because it's mystical, but because it's the moment of surrender when the subconscious is most impressionable. Ethan's breaking point one night. After weeks of stress, Ethan sat on his bed staring at his bills. His chest was tight, his thoughts frantic. He thought, why does nothing ever change? But the real question was, why do I keep rehearsing the same script? That night, he realized his own thoughts were the chains. Maya's breaking point, Maya too, reached her breaking point. Scrolling through pictures of smiling couples, she felt the sting of loneliness sharper than ever. She whispered, why do I always feel this way? But the deeper truth was this. She wasn't just feeling lonely at night. She was programming loneliness into tomorrow. Her despair wasn't an accident. It was a rehearsal. Your mirror. And now, look at yourself. What are your final thoughts before you sleep? Are they filled with gratitude, joy, and fulfillment? Or are they poisoned with worry, regret, and doubt? Because those final thoughts are not harmless, they are scripts. And tomorrow, you will perform them. The loop forward. But here's the mystery we must explore. If the night is the stage, and if your subconscious is the actor, how do you hand it a new script? How do you move from rehearsing fear to rehearsing faith? From rehearsing lack to rehearsing abundance? How do you transform the silent tragedy of sleep into the most powerful tool of creation? That is the mechanism Neville Goddard revealed, and that is where we go next. The actor and the script. Imagine you are both actor and director. As the day ends, you step onto the stage of your subconscious, and before the curtain falls, you must hand the actor, your deeper mind, the script for tomorrow. What script will you give? Fear, worry, doubt, or faith, fulfillment, and joy? Whatever you hand over becomes the performance of your waking life. Neville's mechanism is this. Hand the subconscious the script of already living the life you want. Step 1. The quieting of the body. Before sleep, quiet the body. Lie down. Breathe slowly. Release the tension from your chest, your shoulders, your jaw. This matters because the body and mind are mirrors. A tense body signals a restless mind. A relaxed body signals openness. As Neville taught, the relaxed state is the fertile soil in which the seed of imagination can take root. Step 2. The feeling of the wish fulfilled. Now comes the critical act. Feel the wish fulfilled. Not imagine vaguely. Not wish hopefully. Feel it as real. If you desire wealth, don't picture money floating in the air. Feel the relief of bills paid, the security of freedom, the joy of generosity. If you desire love, don't beg for a partner. Feel the warmth of companionship, the laughter at dinner, the touch of a hand in yours. If you desire health, don't obsess over illness. Feel the vitality of strength, the freedom of movement, the gratitude of a healed body. This is not fantasy. It is rehearsal. Step 3. Drift into sleep with the scene alive. Neville emphasized this above all. Take the feeling with you into sleep. Don't try to hold it by force. Let it carry you like a lullaby. If you fall asleep while feeling the wish fulfilled, your subconscious accepts it as fact. It does not question. It does not argue. It simply rehearses it as reality. And the next day you rise not to beg for change, but to play the role you rehearsed. Ethan applies the mechanism. Ethan, exhausted from bills, tried this. Instead of collapsing into fear, he lay still and whispered, "It is done." He imagined holding a letter, paid in full. He felt the relief wash through his chest. He let that relief carry him into sleep. The next day, something shifted. He didn't win the lottery, but he walked differently. He spoke with calm. He noticed opportunities he used to ignore. And in time, doors opened. Not because the world suddenly changed, but because Ethan rehearsed a new role. Maya applies the mechanism. Maya, longing for love, tried as well. Instead of crying into sleep, she closed her eyes and imagined sitting at a dinner table, laughter filling the air, a hand reaching across the table to hold hers. She felt warmth flood her chest. She smiled as she drifted into sleep. The next morning, she wasn't desperate. She was radiant. And that radiance drew people to her. Soon, conversations felt lighter, connections deepened, and love approached. Why this works, modern science explains what Neville intuited. Before sleep, your brain shifts into alpha and theta states. These are states of heightened suggestibility when the subconscious is most open. In these states, imagination and emotion sink deep, programming the subconscious. Neuroplasticity confirms what you feel repeatedly rewires your brain. And your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined experiences. It rehearses both as reality. Thus, by feeling the wish fulfilled before sleep, you are literally rehearsing tomorrow's performance. The power of feeling over words. Notice. Neville didn't say, "Repeat affirmations until you sleep." He said, "Feel your wish fulfilled," because words without feeling are empty. They bounce off the subconscious. But feeling, especially the feeling of gratitude, joy, and relief, penetrates deeply. Feeling is the language of the subconscious, and when you speak it, the subconscious obeys. Your practice tonight. So tonight, you face the same choice Ethan and Maya did. When you lay down, will you hand your subconscious the script of worry, or will you hand it the script of fulfillment? It's not enough to think about your wish. You must feel it. Ask yourself, and if it were already done, how would I feel? Then let that feeling be the lullaby that carries you into sleep. The loop forward. But here's the challenge, and the question that keeps us hooked. If the mechanism is so clear, if it is so simple to lie down, feel fulfilled, and drift into sleep, why do so many people fail to do it? Why do they fall back into anxiety, scrolling through their phones, replaying failures, and handing the subconscious the wrong script? The answer lies in the trials, anxieties, distractions, and habits that sabotage the rehearsal. And that is where we go next. The mechanism is simple. Feel your wish fulfilled, relax into sleep, and let the subconscious rehearse your role for tomorrow. But simplicity doesn't mean ease, because every night before the curtain falls, trials appear. And these trials decide whether you hand the subconscious the right script or sabotage yourself with the wrong one. Trial 1. The noise of anxiety. Ethan lay in bed, trying to feel relief, trying to imagine abundance. But the noise of anxiety screamed louder. What if I fail again? What if tomorrow is worse? What if I never escape this cycle? This is the first trial. Anxiety. Anxiety hijacks the imagination. It forces you to rehearse the very fears you want to escape. Solution. Anchor yourself in breath. Slow, steady inhales and exhales calm the nervous system. Pair it with gratitude for something small. a roof overhead, food today, a smile remembered. Gratitude cuts through anxiety because it roots you in what is already good. Trial 2. The trap of distraction. Maya wanted to rehearse love before sleep, but her phone glowed beside her. She scrolled endlessly, pictures of others' relationships, news of tragedies, endless noise. By the time she put it down, her spirit was heavy, her vibration low. This is the second trial. Distraction. Screens steal the rehearsal. They drown the mind with images of lack, comparison, fear. Solution. Create a sacred boundary. Make the hour before sleep a sanctuary. No screens, no noise. Replace the glow of the phone with the glow of imagination. Trial 3. The weight of old identity. Ethan whispered affirmations. I am abundant. I am free. But deep inside, a heavier voice replied, You've always struggled. Who are you kidding? This is the third trial. Old identity. The subconscious clings to the familiar, even if the familiar is painful. It whispers old lines of the script. You are poor, you are lonely, you are sick. Solution. Don't fight the old identity. Replace it with evidence. Collect small wins. Celebrate every shift. Each moment of gratitude, each act of self-love is proof that the old role is dying and the new role is being born. Trial 4. The poison of doubt. Maya imagined companionship, warmth, laughter. But then doubt crept in. What if this never happens? What if I'm wasting my time? What if Neville was wrong? This is the fourth trial. Doubt. Doubt whispers that imagination is useless, that reality is fixed, that you are foolish to dream. Solution. Understand this truth. Reality itself was once imagination. Every invention, every building, every relationship began as a thought, a dream, a vision. To imagine is not foolish. It is the foundation of creation. Trial 5. The sabotage of fatigue. Ethan tried to rehearse abundance, but he was exhausted. His mind drifted into chaotic dreams. Instead of directing the scene, fatigue dragged him into random rehearsals of fear. This is the fifth trial. Fatigue. A weary body cannot sustain a focused imagination. Solution. Respect your body. Rest, move, and fuel it well. A strong body supports a strong imagination, and a calm bedtime routine ensures that your final thoughts are intentional, not accidental. The practices of rehearsal discipline. Neville knew these trials, and he offered practices to overcome them. 1. Simplify the scene. Don't imagine 100 details. Pick one simple image that represents the wish fulfilled, like a handshake of congratulations or a wedding ring on your finger. Simplicity makes it sustainable. 2. Anchor with emotion. The scene matters less than the feeling. If the image sparks gratitude, relief, or joy, it has done its work. 3. Repetition with gentleness. If you fall asleep and forget, don't punish yourself. Try again tomorrow. Every attempt strengthens the habit. 4. Replace the final thought. If your last thought was fear, deliberately replace it with gratitude before surrendering to sleep. Ethan's trial. Ethan fought anxiety nightly, but he began using gratitude as his weapon. Each evening he wrote down 3 things that went right, no matter how small. Soon, gratitude softened his chest. Anxiety still whispered but weaker, and in that softened space he could finally imagine abundance. Maya's trial. Maya battled distraction. Her phone tempted her every night. But one evening, she left it in another room. She lit a candle instead. In the quiet glow, she closed her eyes and felt the warmth of companionship. For the first time, she fell asleep, not scrolling through others' lives, but rehearsing her own. Your trial. And you? Every night, you face the same tests. Anxiety pulling your imagination toward fear. Distractions feeding your mind with chaos. Old identity whispering you can't change. Doubt mocking your faith. Fatigue dragging you into randomness. The question is not whether these trials come. They will. The question is whether you will overcome them long enough to hand your subconscious a new script. The cliffhanger. And here lies the greatest truth. When you pass these trials, when you quiet the noise, silence the distractions, defy the old self, and surrender to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the rehearsal becomes destiny. The curtain rises. The role is yours. The stage of life plays out exactly what you rehearsed. That is the climax we are about to enter. Every story builds to a moment. Every rehearsal prepares for a stage. And for you, for Ethan, for Maya, that moment is now. Because when you pass the trials of doubt, distraction, fatigue, and fear, you arrive at the truth Neville Goddard revealed. By feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into sleep, you cast yourself in a star role to be played on Earth tomorrow. Ethan's transformation. One night, Ethan did something different. Instead of collapsing into anxiety, he slowed his breath. He whispered gratitude for what little he had. Then he pictured a simple scene, a letter stamped, "Paid in full." He felt relief flood his chest. He let that feeling cradle him into sleep, and the next morning he woke lighter. Not because money fell from the sky, but because his role had changed. He spoke with calm confidence. He carried himself with dignity. He noticed an opportunity at work he would have missed before. That opportunity grew into more. Ethan's life didn't change by chance. It changed because he rehearsed a new script and then played the part. Maya's transformation. Maya, too, reached her turning point. She left her phone in another room, lit a candle, and imagined a dinner table filled with laughter. She felt the warmth of love already hers. She drifted to sleep, smiling. And the next morning, she walked into the world, not with desperation, but with radiance. People noticed. Conversations deepened. And soon, love arrived. Not as magic, but as reflection. Because she no longer rehearsed loneliness. She rehearsed love. The universal transformation. And now, it's your turn. Think of the stage of your life, the people, the opportunities, the challenges. It is all a play unfolding. The question is, what role are you rehearsing each night? If you fall asleep rehearsing fear, you will perform fear. If you fall asleep rehearsing lack, you will perform lack. But if you fall asleep rehearsing fulfillment, you will perform fulfillment. This is not fantasy. It is law. The subconscious accepts the rehearsal as fact and expresses it in waking life. The birth of the star. Role here lies the climax. You are not a background character in someone else's story. You are the star. Every night, you hand the script to your subconscious, and every day, it directs the play. The tragedy is that most people rehearse tragedy. The miracle is that you can rehearse triumph. And when you do, the stage of life rearranges itself to match. The benediction, picture it now. Tonight, as you lay your head on the pillow, the curtain rises on a new rehearsal. Do not beg, do not fear, do not replay yesterday's failures. Instead, feel your wish fulfilled. Whisper gratitude. Relax into sleep as though the role is already yours, because tomorrow it will be. Neville's truth is alive. Sleep is not rest. It is rehearsal. Imagination is not fantasy. It is instruction. You are not powerless. You are the star of your own play. And the final scene is this. When you live the role of fulfillment in your sleep, life itself becomes the performance of your dreams. The stage is waiting. The curtain is ready. The only question left is, what role will you rehearse tonight? If you're still here, it means you've stepped onto the stage. You didn't just watch a video, you rehearsed a new role. You've seen what happens when Ethan changed his script, when Maya changed hers, and now it's your turn. Neville said, by feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into sleep, you cast yourself in a star role to be played on Earth tomorrow. So let's seal this rehearsal with a ritual. First, press like. Don't see it as a click, see it as your first line on stage. By liking this video, you declare, tonight I rehearse my new life. Second, hit subscribe. Not as a casual gesture, but as commitment to keep rehearsing. Each video here is not entertainment, it's rehearsal fuel. By subscribing, you surround yourself with reminders to stay in the role you've chosen. Third, and most important, go to the comments and write these exact words. Tonight, I rehearse my new life. Type them slowly. Feel them as you write. Because the moment you declare it, you're not just commenting, you're impressing it on your subconscious. And if you want to go deeper, share the role you'll step into tonight. Wealth, love, health, freedom. Remember, the curtain rises every morning. Life will play out whatever you rehearsed the night before. So rehearse wisely, feel your wish fulfilled, relax into sleep, and wake tomorrow as the star of your own play.